Hey folks, Ingrid from the Netherlands again, aka RockingLUPA. Yes, this is going to be my second video for today. In the first part I already have shown you my new CD finds. So I hope you enjoyed that. And but as I already said, I also have some new vinyl finds. And I also wanted to show something of my new turntable I just got the last week. And yeah, you know, a lot of things for you to show, so I thought it was a better idea to just split this the finds in just 2 videos. And yeah, well, let's start with the vinyl. This LP I already bought before Jon Lord unfortunately passed away last week. But I already had this, yeah, I already bought this before that. But it was, I didn't receive it yet. But this is Deep Purple live in London. And you know, really great. And of course, yeah, great picture from Jon Lord here in his very early years and early 70s. And you know, yeah, what a big musician we have lost, you know. And you know, and I don't think that everyone realizes how important Jon Lord was for the sound of you know, a Hammond organ in just rock music, you know, because you know what Jimi Hendrix did for the electric guitar, you know, before Jimi Hendrix, yeah, people played the guitar, yeah, in a very, you know, regular way. I don't know how to pronounce that in English, but you know, when Jimi Hendrix started to play guitar, he played it in a much different way as other guitarists did. You know, he really made the electric guitar a rock instrument, if you know what I mean. And what Jimi Hendrix did for the electric guitar, you know, Jon Lord just did for the Hammond organ, you know, because before Jon Lord, I actually think that the most Hammond organ you only heard in probably you know, church music, or you know, very different kind of musical styles. But Jon Lord was the very first musician who used the Hammond organ as a rock instrument. And yeah, so you could say all the Hammond organ you hear in the rock music nowadays days, you know, it's all yeah, I think that it's in the end it's all influenced by Jon Lord, you could say. So yeah, so I guess that Jon Lord was really much important in the, you know, in the way the people are playing the Hammond organ in the rock music now these days. So yeah, you know, and so yeah, and of course when you listen to other music from Jon Lord, his solo projects, you just hear that he was so, you know, he just could play so much more than only just rock music. He also did play classical music and jazz, and you know, you could go on, and he yeah, he was a very very talented musician, and so yeah, it's a great loss, you know. And so rest in peace, Jon Lord. Yeah, but this is of course with the lineup Ritchie Blackmore, David Coverdale, of course. You also hear him in the background, by the way, because I'm playing a record by Whitesnake. But also Glenn Hughes appears on this album, also one of my most favorite yeah, vocalists, and of course Jon Lord and Ian Pace. So and also great drummer, you know. So great to have this live in London. Then I also I picked this up a couple of weeks ago already, but yeah, you know, it's in my bin for the records I just have to play yet, so I didn't play the album yet, and I also didn't show you yet in my videos, but you know, today I thought it was high time to show you as well. This is Malice in Wonderland by Pace, Ashton and Lord. And so yeah, you could just say it's a kind of the Purple project, because yeah, you know. And also Bernie Marsden appears on this album, you know, great musician also. Yeah, great guitarist and vocalist, and yeah, great to have this. And so I received this album already a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't shown you yet in my videos. So I already bought this before Jon Lord passed away. But yeah, great to have this. And yeah, in the meantime I'm expecting some more Deep Purple albums. They are still on their way somewhere, so I probably will receive them maybe the upcoming week, or at least very soon. So but of course when I when I receive them, I will show you in one of my next videos too. Okay? Then this is a really great album. I was really looking for it for a very long time. I remember that probably I taped it from someone on a cassette, you know, many years ago. But I don't know where the cassette has been since yeah, for a long time. I don't know where it is. But so very great to have this on vinyl now. It's Back for the Attack by Dokken. And yeah, this is really a great album, you know. And of course with Kiss of Death, what a huge, you know, excellent track. And many more, yeah, great tracks on this album. And I don't know when it was released anymore. Yeah, I just can't find it very soon now, but I guess it was mid or late 80s. But yeah, great to have this for my collection. I already did have another Dokken LP, which I showed you in one of my former videos. But yeah, great to have this one too now. I'm actually looking for more Dokken LPs, but I didn't find it yet. So yeah, great great album. Then this is a very nice one for my AOR music collection. You all know I'm such a big AOR music fan. And this is Premonition by the band Survivor. And yeah, probably yeah, some people think that the music by Survivor is just a little bit too commercial, but yeah, I just love this sort of yeah, AOR music. So and of course the vocalist Jim Jameson, excellent AOR vocalist. So this was from 1981 already, so I didn't listen to the album yet, so I'm very yeah, curious what it sounds like. But great to have this for my Survivor collection as well. Yeah. Then I have a couple of LPs all by one band, and I already told someone about it on the Facebook page from the vinyl community, because that person already showed this LP. And this is of course from Twisted Sister, and this album is called Come Out and Play. Yeah, and so he showed this, the person on Facebook, he showed this on a photo, and so I thought, hey, I just bought that and I received that yesterday. So yeah, very cool. So here is my copy. Very nice to have, but as I already said, I bought a few other Twisted Sister albums as well. So I also bought this one, Love is for Suckers. And yeah, of course, when I think of Twisted Sister, I just go back to MTV, you know, late 80s, early 90s, and I really loved to watch the TV show Headbangers Ball, which was hosted, of course, by Vanessa Warwick. I really loved that show. And what was really fun, that someone on the Facebook page just commented to my message about MTV Headbangers Ball, and he asked me what if, something like, music videos on MTV. And so I asked him in which year he was born, and I thought he was answering 1983 or 1984. I don't know exactly anymore. But so it was really sort of fun to just explain to someone from a younger generation to just tell him that MTV originally really you know, broadcasted music videos indeed, because MTV, of course, it stands for music television. You know, it started as a music channel actually. So for the younger generation from the VC who just don't know that yet, yeah, nowadays you only see yeah, sort of yeah, sitcoms on MTV. But way back in the 80s, MTV started as a music channel. And so because you also hear, if you listen to the lyrics from the song by Dire Straits, you know, he also talks about MTV, and he, of course, he was talking about MTV from those days, you know, the music channel. They broadcasted music video clips, you know. And when I was young, we had in Holland we had TV shows like, for example, Top Up. You know, it was hosted by Ad Visser. And we also had a show which was called Countdown, you know, that was hosted by several people, but among others Adam Curry, and but also yeah, Simone Walraven, very well known name here, and yeah, you know, many more. And also Erik de Zwart, he is also very well known, yeah, host here and DJ, and yeah, so but yeah, so that TV show was hosted by several people. But in those days, you know, yeah, they didn't really have video clips yet, so the artist really came to the studio to perform and you know, sing or play back their their latest hits, you know. So but when I think we got MTV as a music channel here in Holland, I think it was mid 80s, you know, and so since the mid 80s, yeah, many things have changed, you know, because yeah, the artist didn't come to the studio anymore, you know, yeah, not as much as they did before, because yeah, since the mid 80s, artists started to shoot video clips. So and since the upcoming of MTV, yeah, you know, it was mostly video clips they broadcasted. But they also had the show Headbangers Ball, which was all about heavy metal and hard rock music. And so I watched a lot of music, and I really yeah, discovered many more metal bands those days, and among others Twisted Sister. So and as I already said, always when I think about Twisted Sister, I also think about MTV, which was a real music channel those days. So for the new generation, yes, indeed, MTV was broadcasting music video clips, yeah, mid 80s, late 80s, early 90s. So it's yeah, way different from the MTV you know now these days. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I would say almost, because yeah, yeah, I would love to, yeah, I would love that music and MTV would change into the old MTV again, but yeah, I'm afraid it's not gonna happen anymore. But yeah. But to go back to Twisted Sister, before I will make a very too long video again, I also picked up this one, You Can't Stop Rock and Roll. So also great Twisted Sister pickup. And I also picked up this one, Under the Blade. Yeah. So those were my Twisted Sister yeah, pickups, and yeah, I didn't listen to the albums yet, but of course, yeah, I know some Twisted Sister music from the MTV days. So, but I don't know their entire albums. So yeah, it's really nice to discover that now. So. Great addition to my collection. Then something way different. It has nothing to do with metal music at all. This is A Solitude Standing by Suzanne Vega. And I really love her music. And of course on this album her huge hit Luca appears, which I think, you know, it's one of the most beautiful songs ever written in pop music, and I really, yeah, I really mean that. And so Luca, it has really beautiful lyrics. It's, you know, it's just a great song. And but yeah, I already wanted to have this album for a very long time. So yeah, it's yeah, I finally yeah, grabbed this in a really great shape. Also, it doesn't have any ringwear or something, so almost excellent condition. So I'm very happy with that. Yeah, Suzanne Vega. Then I bought something for my Michael Jackson collection again. And you know, I was last week I was visiting a local store here in my city. It's called Saturn, and Saturn, well, they have several stores in the country, but actually they basically sell, you know, stuff like TVs, you know, audio systems, or you know, washing machines, and you know, refrigerators, you know, stuff like that. And but they also sell DVDs and CDs. But so I was looking on the CD, the CD department. I don't know how you call that in English. But actually I was looking for, you know, if they had very nice CDs, and but then suddenly just something caught my eye, because yeah, finally they are selling vinyl. Yes. And well, of course, you know, it wasn't really much. It was a quite small stack, you know, of records, but they had vinyl, you know, so that's a good start for that store, of course. And yeah, so as a vinyl collector, of course, I just had to dig through that stack, you know. And of course it's all new vinyl, so mostly 180 new grams new vinyl, and they were not very cheap for the most LPs, but some had a very normal price, sort of. But yeah, as I was digging through that stack of records, I one particular record just caught my eye, you know, and of course this was the Bad album from Michael Jackson. And I already showed you a picture from this on the Facebook from the vinyl community. But yeah, so this is a 180 gram remastered version from Bad. It also has a bonus track which doesn't appear on the original pressing, and I can show you the difference because this is the original pressing which I bought as a teenager. This was from 1987, so I bought this when I was 15 or 16 years old. And so this was on the Epic label, and so this is the new version, 180 grams, but it's of course now the Sony name appears on the album. This was released 2009 also, and so and also the Epic logo, it's changed a little bit from the original logo on the original pressing. But this has the bonus track Leave Me Alone. So yeah, and I'm to be honest, I don't even know if I will open this sealed copy, because, you know, it's just yeah, a collectible item for my Michael Jackson collection. So probably I will keep this in the shrink wrap, but yeah, you know, as a Michael Jackson fan, I just couldn't let this go, you know. And yeah, great addition to my Michael Jackson collection. Yeah, so well, those were all the LPs I wanted to show you today. And but as I already said, I just bought a new turntable last week because my old turntable it just quit suddenly, and yeah, you know, it was actually a quite cheap turntable I bought yeah, a few years ago. So but yeah, so I just yeah, that was really a bummer, sort of. And yeah, I just wanted to have a new turntable, you know. And of course I have a turntable downstairs in our living room, which is connected to a receiver and everything, you know. So I wasn't without a turntable completely. But just to play some records here in the attic, you know. Yeah, I just didn't want to spend so much money, and also because I just can't afford, you know. Of course I would love to have you know, a very good turntable, and you know, but I just don't have the money for that, to be honest. And you know, I just don't want to buy a separate turntable and a separate receiver and everything, because, you know, it will cost a lot of money. And at this moment I just don't have enough money to spend to such kind of things, you know. So yeah, I was looking for just all-in-one yeah, turntable again, and I finally found a very nice turntable. It's a store here in The Hague, or Scheveningen, and it's called Benny's 50s. And they also have an online store which is called 50store.com, and so they are selling, but they also have a regular store. So, but they are selling stuff like jukeboxes, you know, 50s clothes and records and all kinds of 50s memorabilia, you know, and you know, very nice 50s related yeah, items. And but so I wanted to have a sort of retro looking yeah, turntable again, and I found it on the 50store.com. And well, actually maybe it's nice to take a little bit to take a closer look to that. So I will grab the camera now, and hopefully I can show you something about the new turntable. Yes? So I'll be back in a sec. Hey folks, here I'm back again. And as you can see, at the moment I'm behind the camera, and in front of the camera you'll see my new turntable. I already showed some pictures from it on the Facebook page from the vinyl community, but I didn't make a video about it yet, so here it is. And well, so it's from the brand Ricatech. It's an Autorama 5-in-1 music center. So besides a turntable, it also has, as you can see, a radio, and it also has a CD player. But when I go to this side, you also see, you know, you can connect USB sticks or SD cards to this music center. So you can just record music, you know, by through a USB stick, or play music, you know. So it's both possible. So that's very nice. That's a very nice option, of course. And yeah, it also has built-in speakers, as you can see. And but it's also possible to connect this music center to external speakers, or to a subwoofer, you know, stuff like that. So but you know, I just play this on this turntable in my attic, It's just a small attic room, so I guess that you know, the sound of this this music center is just enough to you know, for this really small attic, if you know what I mean. So, but you know, if you want to, it's always possible to connect this to external speakers. So yeah, that's also one of the options. Well, I don't know if it will succeed, because I'm right-handed, so, and I just have the camera with my right hand. So if you understand, so but I will try to yeah, to play a record with my left hand, so that's gonna be a tough one. Well, as you can see here, this is the record, and when I can put the needle above the record now, and oh, sorry, when I will have the record playing, I have to pull this to the right way, and as you can see, the record now is spinning, and so I put the needle above the record now, and when I will pull this handle, as you can see here, I will pull this now, and you can see that the needle is going to the record. So yeah, and probably the music will start very soon. Yes, it's starting already. And by the way, this is the record I was playing in the background, and of course that's the Whitesnake album, and of course it was the album on which Steve Vai and Adrian Vandenberg appeared. So it was this record, if I can show you. It's the Slip of the Tongue album. So that's what's playing on the turntable now. And yeah, as you can see, the new turntable just plays fine. So yeah, I'm really happy with this purchase, and yeah, really nice to have a retro look yeah, turntable again. So yeah, so this was all about my new turntable. I already posted some pictures of it on the Facebook page from the Vinyl Community, but I didn't make a video about it yet, so I just did now. And yeah, I hope you liked it. So folks, well, I think it's a good idea to end this video here. I will enjoy my weekend now, and of course yeah, I have 3 weeks of holiday now, so yeah, besides playing some extra vinyl, probably I also will make some trips with my family, and you know, having a nice time together. So that's what I'm going to do the upcoming 3 weeks, I guess. Well, people, in this video I showed you my new vinyl, I showed you my new turntable. In the previous video, so in part 1, I already showed you my new CD finds, and I hope you liked it. And well, please leave me comments below the video, or shoot me messages or whatever. And I also yeah, I got some new subscribers to my channel last week again, so thank you. I'm really very thankful for that. And yeah, it's great that people really appreciate the videos you're just posting to YouTube, you know. I'm just only talking about my music and my favorite music, and the music I just picked up and everything. So it's very nice that people really do appreciate that. So thank you all. Well, the White Snake record is still spinning here. I'm really gonna leave you now and upload this to the YouTube channel, and I hope you all liked it. Yes? Well, dear people from the vinyl community, hope to be back soon with another video. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye bye.